In a recent turn of events, backlash has erupted within the sports community, focusing on A'ja Wilson's behavior during a tense period involving Caitlyn Clark and the release of her Nike signature shoe. Fans are expressing outrage over Wilson's seemingly passive role in the drama, particularly after revelations surfaced that she had known about her shoe deal for almost 2 years. The controversy revolves around Caitlyn Clark, who, despite her exceptional rookie season in the WNBA, was subjected to intense criticism and hatred from fans, the media, and even some within the basketball community. Clark led the league in assists and broke numerous records, including 63 notable feats, some of them as a rookie, others as an all-time league record. This meteoric rise to fame, however, was not celebrated by all. In fact, Clark's success seemed to spark a significant amount of animosity, particularly from a group of vocal WNBA fans who saw her as a threat to the established order. Among these critiques was a toxic undercurrent of racial tension, where Clark was often labeled with derogatory comments. During this period, A'ja Wilson, a fellow WNBA star and prominent figure within the league, chose to remain silent despite knowing about her own Nike signature shoe deal. The uproar over Clark's rise was partly fueled by the perception that she was getting more attention and opportunities than other more established players. Clark's supposed privilege in securing such recognition led to accusations of racial bias. Wilson, who was very much aware of her own impending deal with Nike, refrained from speaking out to alleviate the tension or even acknowledge the situation. Fans are now accusing her of being complicit, allowing Clark to bear the brunt of the hatred while remaining quiet. The accusations are rooted in the belief that Wilson was aware of her signature shoe deal and did nothing to stop the vitriol directed toward Clark. The issue intensified after the reveal of Wilson's Nike signature shoe. Despite her long-standing knowledge of the deal, Wilson played the victim role publicly, claiming that the delay in the release of her shoe was not due to a lack of recognition, but to a delay in production. Meanwhile, she remained silent as Clark, the rookie, faced a barrage of hate online and from fans. Many feel that Wilson's actions were deceitful and disingenuous, using Clark's popularity as a scapegoat for her own insecurities. In the eyes of many fans, it is an unforgivable betrayal, especially considering Wilson's silence in the face of so much public outcry. In the wake of this new development, backlash against Wilson has reached a fever pitch. Fans are expressing their disapproval on social media platforms, with many calling her out for her role in perpetuating the hateful narrative surrounding Clark. There are strong accusations that Wilson's ego was bruised by Clark's fame, and rather than stand up for her fellow player, Wilson allowed Clark to take the heat for issues Wilson herself was well aware of. The timing of the backlash is significant. Just as A'ja Wilson's Nike signature shoe was released, Caitlyn Clark's fans exploded with anger at her perceived role in the ordeal. Many fans believe that Wilson's silence and failure to confront the racism surrounding Clark's rise were damaging not only to Clark, but to the WNBA's reputation. As the dust settles on this controversy, there is growing resentment toward both A'ja Wilson and Nike for allowing the situation to escalate unchecked. Fans are disgusted by the way Wilson has handled the situation, with some even calling her actions vile and racist. In the eyes of many, the entire ordeal was one of mismanagement, poor decisions, and failure of leadership within the WNBA and at Nike. Some even speculate that this entire controversy will have lasting effects on Wilson's reputation and future career opportunities. The backlash has been swift and unforgiving, with many fans stating that Wilson has lost their support. They feel that rather than stepping up as a role model and advocating for the fair treatment of all players, Wilson allowed jealousy and insecurity to guide her actions. Nike is also under fire, with many fans criticizing the company for failing to recognize the damage caused by this situation. Some are calling for a boycott of Nike products, accusing the brand of mishandling their relationships with athletes and perpetuating a toxic atmosphere within the WNBA. Some also speculate that the issue will have broader ramifications for Nike's stock, with the company already facing negative publicity. While A'ja Wilson's signature shoe deal was highly anticipated, many are now questioning her integrity and motives. The athlete, who had once been seen as a rising star, is now facing a reckoning over her actions. Whether the controversy will have a lasting impact on her career remains to be seen, but it's clear that her silence during this time has led to considerable damage to her public image. Fans are calling for accountability, and there is a growing movement to hold both Wilson and Nike responsible for allowing the toxic situation to escalate. At the center of this storm is Caitlyn Clark, whose rookie season was marred by racial animosity and unfair treatment. Now, as the details of the shoe deal scandal unfold, it appears that the entire incident has reignited debates about race, privilege, and power dynamics within the WNBA. As fans continue to voice their anger, it remains unclear what the future holds for both A'ja Wilson and the league as a whole. In conclusion, this controversy has rocked the world of women's professional basketball, shedding light on the complexities of race, competition, and business in the sports industry. Whether A'ja Wilson can regain the trust of her fans or whether this marks a turning point for the league remains to be seen. What is clear, however, is that the treatment of Caitlyn Clark and the subsequent fallout from Wilson's actions will continue to be a source of debate for the foreseeable future.